Hey guys, let me position the camera. So, just finished the old Agnes video of the fudge brownie, and I totally forgot that. Tasty crumbs. I was gonna do story time tonight. So even though I'm not dropping any pods or tincture or doing anything spicy, I thought I'd share a story with you before I wrap up for the evening. A little bit of my history with pain, I guess. I was just thinking about it the other day. I don't know if like growing up experiencing physical pain or enduring physical pain kind of gives the body a natural tolerance to it or something. But so when I was, these are just, if you don't like somewhat gruesome stories, maybe don't listen in. If you don't like seeing scars, don't listen in, or don't watch it. I'm sorry, but story time. This is the story. I'm giving you a warning. Might get queasy if you don't like things being described in detail. Anyways, so when I was in kindergarten, we had a huge playground. I grew up in a Class C school, small school but big playground, and we had a huge slide. It was probably, for a small kid, it's a huge slide, and no protection underneath it, no nothing, just asphalt playground. Yep, it was an asphalt playground, and so the slide was towards the back of the playground, actually right at the very back. And it was an all metal slide. It was a hot summer day. We're playing dodgeball. I've got one of those rubber dodgeballs. And I climb up the slide. It's just climbing up the slide, get away, run around the playground. Thought it'd be cool. Slide down the slide, maybe throw the ball on the way down, something like that. I'm in kindergarten, keep in mind. So I go up the slide and I put the ball in front of me, and when I push off to slide down, the ball just goes right on the metal slide, just stops. I roll right up and over the ball off the side, and I've been trying to think about how high it would have been. Where I went up and off the side, it would have been between 15 and 20 feet, with some launch speed that I gave myself. For sure, basically threw myself at the ground. So I landed face first, broke both bones in both arms right above the wrist, one of which wanted to say goodbye. So that was kind of interesting. But I cut my head pretty good. I still have a little bit of a scar here. I gashed that open. I didn't fracture or crack it from what I remember being told at all. I don't remember that. Maybe that's why I don't remember it. No. Jokes aside, it was pretty bad. When I hit the ground, I blacked out or got knocked out, and or both, or whatever. It was about 100 yards, it seemed, from what I remember. Maybe 75 yards from the slide to the back door of the school. And I remember some like junior high kids, a couple of them were like carrying me by like my arms. They didn't realize what was up, they had my arms up and they were carrying me under my shoulders, sort of thing, like you see a lot of times. And I came to when we got in the doors, and my head's hanging, and I'm already screaming. Like, just when I opened my eyes, I was screaming. And so I was probably already screaming, blacked out screaming, bloody murder, because my body's broken. And so they get me in the school, and my head's just gushing blood. And I still had some chocolate on my finger, and it's distracting me. So, gushing blood, they get me into what looked like a car seat, but it was to like kind of support, give support, and my arms are laying there, and then I think there was a doctor of some sort or the school nurse or something. I can't really remember. Came. They were like, "Yeah, your arm's definitely broken." They're like, "That one's definitely broken," because, like I said, one of the bones wanted to say goodbye, and um, yeah, so I'm sitting there screaming, and they ask me because I have two older sisters and an older brother, and they asked me if I wanted to see like be consoled, basically, thinking that's what I would have thought. Well, wasn't really close with my oldest. My brother was the oldest. I'm really close with him now. I'm close enough with all my siblings now, but I was closer to my closer sister, Steph, who was only 4 years older than me, and um, so I asked for her, and when she came, let's just say she didn't respond well. Yeah, she kind of just like screamed bloody murder also, and was started crying. I can only imagine she cares about me so much that when she saw that, she was just freaked out. She's like, "Oh no, my little brother, he's dying." I laugh about it now, but oh man, it hurt bad. It felt like my arms were on fire, like literally on fire. Entire arm, both arms. They hadn't gone numb yet. They felt like they were literally on fire, from what I remember. And things, chemicals in my body started rushing at some point, and like they kind of numbed out, and they started rushing me to the hospital. Which was in Great Falls, which is 30 minutes away or so, and so that they put me in like a chair thing, and then carried me out to a car and got me in a car. My grandmother actually rode with me. I'm sure that was an experience too. I don't really remember a lot of it, of course. I remember little blips, but so I get to the hospital, they're checking me out, and one of the very first things is I've got to get this shot. And I think it was a tetanus shot. I can't remember what it was, but it was a shot that you hadn't already normally gotten. But I got hurt pretty bad. I needed to get a shot earlier. I can't remember exactly what it was. But the sucker was big, and it went into my hip. And, well, kind of my butt hip region. But, what got me was the nurse before basically just like bent me over, pulled down my underpants, and told me I could scream as loud as I want. Sounds funny saying it like that, but that's what she told me, and I did. I screamed really loud. Yeah, that was pretty traumatizing. But wait, there's more. So, of course, they've got to position bones and position my arms for x-rays. That hurt. Then they've got to actually position them for healing. That really hurt. I barely remember the positioning before casting. I barely remember that. Here's the catcher. My left arm wasn't healing straight. And it started healing a decent bit. They had to re-break my left arm. I remember nothing of that. I don't remember going into the hospital. I don't remember leaving the hospital. I completely blacked that out. That was more painful, I'm guessing, than actually falling off the slide the first time. Probably because I saw it coming. There was nothing to do about it. I remember not like visually, but I remember something about like something in my mouth so I didn't shatter my teeth. Like I remember like them having me bite on something or whatever, but I don't really visually remember it. Maybe I was just told that enough times or something, but anyway, so, full cast up to here. Two arms, full cast. That was me in kindergarten for like a while. I stayed home on the farm for quite a while and just lounged in my underwear, my Mickey Mouse, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle underwear. And of course, me being me, I'm a kid and running around, jumping off the couch with my cast and break my cast. And that was when I had the plaster cast still, because they put a plaster cast on first. And then, well, technically second, because they had to take it off and re-break my arm. Then plaster cast, and then they put on a fiberglass cast after I'd cracked the plaster one. They're like, well, that's not going to hold up. So, yeah, so I just went through the healing process. Like anyone with a cast, it gets kind of disgusting. You get itchy, dead skin, yada yada. You know, decreased muscle mass, things like that. But I was already a scrawny kid, so I don't even think my muscle mass really decreased. But I don't know if it like caused anything weird. I've got one bone on my right wrist, kind of sticks out a little bit more. It's hard to tell even on camera, but I can't feel any difference in rotation. They feel a little tight. Like I can't always like rotate my hands completely flat. If I just have my arms at my side, that's as far as I can go. Both directions. Elbows at my side. So I can go basically a little past flat here. A little past. And then I can't quite go flat unless I pull my elbows in, then I can go flat. I don't know. Maybe everybody can. That's one of my stories of pain. Before this gets too long, I do want to jump into a couple other stories about pain and my experiences with it. My nose is a little crooked. In high school, I think I broke my nose. I say I think because it got smashed, but I was like never sent to the doctor. No one was ever like, oh, yep, that's broken. Never did anything about it and ended up crooked. So, a little crooked. A little goes that way a little ways. I think I've mentioned that. I do have a little bit of a honker of a nose, but I don't mind. But before that, though, when I was 13, I was up on a lake jumping off a boat. And the boat was still shifting a little bit. And I jumped, turned backwards, brought my arms down to go into a cannonball. And the little cleat, the metal cleat is what they call it, that you wrap a rope around to anchor the boat and stuff. They're not sharp. They're rounded for a purpose to not cut you. I don't know if it was just being in the sun all day or in the water all day or what, but my left arm hit it and it ripped it right open. We'll see if we can get a good... Oh, is it gonna... Let's see. Let's see if we can... Oh, is it not even... There you go. You can kind of see my scar. Starts here. Dang. Trying to get the... Huh. I thought it would... This is annoying. There we go. So it starts up here. Back there. Goes around. Comes down to there. And it laid it open to about like that. This pretty big area was exposed because the skin just stretched back because it's kind of taut, so it kind of stretched back, and it just ripped it open. And I grabbed the side of the boat and I petted my cat a little bit, and then I yelled for my dad, and I can't believe I caught the boat so soon. I caught it immediately. My feet barely even touched the water. Really fast reaction on that. And Dad swam out, got me. I wasn't screaming or anything. I screamed for him. But then once he got me, was swimming back. I wasn't looking at it, nothing. We just got back. And then I started looking at it, and I was like, whoa. I can see fatty tissue. I can see muscle. I can see the veins that you can see right here in your arm running through. Those were just exposed, not cut, Nothing. Because it literally just hit my skin and ripped it back. Didn't cut into it. It's so weird how everything was like preserved underneath. The one thing that wasn't preserved were my nerve endings. I lost feeling like all the way up to the bottom of my hand. All the way down here. And it slowly has come back. It's still a little, feels like dull or thick even, like right here. The thick is a weird way to describe it, but that's how it feels. It's weird. But you can feel stuff under the skin. It's the surface of the skin that feels dull. It's under the skin. You can still feel stuff. Or like in the skin. I don't know how nerve endings work, but do you, Peach? Do you know how nerve endings work? Yeah. So, rushed to the hospital. Back up. So we're sitting there. There was a doctor on the shore. We wrapped my arm in a beach towel, put compression on it. I think, yeah, we put compression on it. I can't remember if we put compression on it or before it. I know there was like a little discussion amongst the nurses and doctors, and then when we got to the hospital, they're like, you should have been doing it the other way or something. I can't remember. But, lucky me, it barely bled at all. It just tore the skin back, bled around the edge, just a bit. The towel barely got soaked in blood, barely at all. And I sat through the whole thing in shock. Ow, Peach, jeez. I was definitely in shock, but like, I was telling my parents to calm down. I was like, geez, calm down, guys. I'm not dying. I'm fine. And the most painful part of it was actually when we got to the hospital and I started to come down from the adrenaline and shock and whatnot. And they started numbing me up. Started numbing the arm up, getting ready to clean it and put stitches in and stuff. And they would, just a little tiny needle, but they would stick it in and then dig it around while they're squirting the whatever local anesthetic in there. And oh man, I was gritting my teeth, and it would it was such a weird pain to feel. But I don't know if it was because my nerve endings were just like shot in that area, and it just hurt so bad. But yeah, there's another story for you. I ended up healing back from this one pretty good. It was kind of disgusting as it healed. The scar and stuff was kind of disgusting, but once it healed back, it was all right. It's a kind of thick scar in some places. You can still see where the mattress stitches were. I can't remember how many there were, but there was like 50 or something mattress stitches, I think they're called. But I haven't really hurt myself like crazy other than those times. But when I have hurt myself, it's been kind of bad. But I know other people out there have like been in worse accidents and whatnot. I'm not trying to like downplay anyone else's or anything. I'm just saying I got hurt pretty bad a couple times. Maybe it had something to do with my pain tolerance. Maybe not. Don't really know. Couldn't tell you. I just thought this was a cool story to share with you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Peach enjoys sitting with me. Look at this. Can you hear her purr? Alright guys. Going on 20 minutes, so I'm going to wrap up. Let you guys take it easy tonight or whenever you end up watching this. I'll see you in the next one. Please like if you liked. Please subscribe if you aren't. And most importantly, rock on. What do you say, Peach? You say rock on? You say rock on? Oh, yeah. Skin.